Aztán lehet, hogy Petike meg tudja oldani, mert neki is Samsungja van. Tudja, hogy kell áttenni a dolgokat. Mi ez a karc rajta?
Olga, holnap hány lesz, hogy vegyünk úszónéket, mert nagyon nem bírom.
Hát én nem tudok jönni, nekem nincs minden. Ez nem adok.
Gyere már ide 2-re. Tudok át. Elég tisztán.
Abból 2-szer jövök.
Na, akkor induljál meg. 2-re vegyél. Azért, mert figyelj, holnap ezt lefesti, figyelj. Ezt letöröljük. A szőnyeget kivesszük. Felporszívozunk az ujjal, felmosunk. És ami nem kell, azt meg kidobjuk, ami kell, meg
Tara Taylor is 35 years old and begins her weight loss journey at 606 pounds.
There's a lot of things in my life that's hard.
Gyerekek, kiment magától a life.
Her weight has left her unable to do anything on her own, and whenever she does try to get up and move around, her body is in an incredible amount of pain.
My weight has worn down the corners of my knees. Tired of my knees hurt, tired of my back hurting, till my stomach pain so far down. I'm just tired.
But she doesn't remember life any other way.
When I was 13 years old, I stepped on the scale. It read 187.5. And I graduated high school. I was 352 pounds. This is my hiding stash. It's when I feel down.
And so, whenever she needs to manage her emotions, she turns to food because that's what she's done since her childhood.
Whether I'm happy or sad or angry or upset or whatever, I always have food. Food has always been my safe haven. Always.
In fact, food has gotten Tara through some of the darkest moments of her life, and she's developed an extremely unhealthy dependence on it.
I was raped. I had miscarriage. I'll check it again. If I would become more unattractive, no man would want to. After I
És nem annak, aki kiteszi. Nem másnak, aki
But her loved ones have no idea how to help her through this and make Tara realize that she can't keep living like this.
It's hard to serve her because that's all you can have. She's my child. How can you tell a child, no, you can't have this food? I know I can't keep going on like this. Now I have 2 kids who need me to take care of them. Right now, my mother is raising me. I can't get her to take care of them. My mom is getting too old to be doing what she's doing. I should be taking care of her. I know this like growing up with single parent, and I don't want my children to feel that way.
At this point, even Tara knows that she's missing out on some of the most important things in her life. Still, her love for food keeps her from ever getting better.
I can't leave my children.
I want us to do more things as a family. She tries to do as much as she can, but she can do more.
I want to food's gonna always be there, but I won't. I'll keep on the way I'm going. I know I have to do something.
So, she heads over to Houston to see Dr. Now because he's her last hope. And seeing her weight for the first time in years shocks Tara to her core. She was not expecting things to be so bad.
Oh my God.
Yeah?
Now you are saying.
Yeah?
Dr. Now needs her to realize how her unhealthy eating habits are ruining her life.
What seems to be a problem that you're not able to?
My knees hurt me, so I can't go.
De milyen fura, ezen bejön a Facebook, a másikon bejön a Messenger.
Can you give me one to bring
What now?
It's because you're taking too many calories. Okay. There seems
Because
to
I
have
need too
no
much to
problem with the fact that she's overeating. She has to eat at least 6,000 calories a day. Someone in her situation is not doing it alone. If she eats 6 times a day after surgery, I can tell you she's not going to lose weight. No.
Still, of course, Tara can't make all these changes to her life on her own. Her mom also needs to stop enabling her.
She's at the point, I don't know if she's going to live another 5 years.
Someone like reality just slapped me down the face. You can do something about it. Lose the weight so that you can have that surgery. I was there to see y'all grow up. I expected you to be there to see your children grow up.
The whole thing is pretty tough for Tara to hear, but she knows that she needs to do this if she wants to live long enough to see her children grow up. In the first month of her weight loss journey, Tara is definitely having a hard time with the 1,000 calorie diet the doctor has put her on.
It's really, really hard to change your eating habits. And cutting your daily meals by half is hard, especially when your whole life is just known to go to food to make you happy.
Tara's mom is also putting in a lot of effort not to enable her, but all Tara wants right now is to be able to eat her favorite food. But Tara's deep-seated trauma is preventing her from wanting to get better.
I don't have much longer to live. I keep going like this. I know I want to be there for my kids more than I want food to make me happy.
In the second month, Tara is headed over to Dr. Now's clinic to check on her progress, and she hopes that she's lost weight.
But hopefully I've lost enough weight. I'm nervous, but I'm excited to see the results.
Dare you skip Blockbuster Entertainment? I will have my vengeance in this ad or the next. Stream exclusive blockbusters like Gladiator 2.
The tires fall, so do it.
Sadly, she's only managed to lose a couple of pounds, and she knows that this won't be enough for the doctor to approve her for surgery.
It's some progress, but it's not a whole lot of weight loss. Kind of hard to know all the 500 pounds, no?
There's this, all this right here, that hangs.
You got some sort of skin infection in the skin too. Tara is physically in critical condition, so we need to make adjustment in your eating. We're gonna achieve that with gastric bypass surgery.
But because Dr. Now sees just how bad her condition is, he decides that the surgery cannot wait any longer.
If I send Tara back home now, I'm afraid that this is gonna be the last time I'm gonna see Tara.
I'm really excited about my surgery, but it's happening really fast.
Soon enough, Tara is admitted to the hospital and is waiting to be taken into surgery. And of course, she's nervous.
My daughter understands how risky this surgery is. My son, he's 6. He doesn't understand. He just thinks it's like a movie. My classmates say
I know. That makes you mad, huh? I can't stand the fact that his classmates will make fun of him because of my size. I don't want my fat to be my child's pain.
As high risk as the surgery is, Dr. Now is going to make sure he is extremely careful while performing the procedure.
Someone like Tara that is almost 600 pounds is not in good health, and they can be dead in 2 years. I would expect the surgery will be challenging and difficult.
But there's only so much he can do considering Tara's condition, because the stakes are extremely high. While the doctor was going to perform a less invasive procedure initially, Tara has a large amount of scar tissue from a prior C-section. Thankfully, the surgery is a success and will now make it easier for Tara to lose a lot more weight than before. 3 days later, Tara is still at the hospital as she recovers from the surgery, and the process is a lot harder than she thought.
I got Tara on liquid diet for the first month after surgery. It is very important to get this patient mobile and getting movement to reduce the risk and complication surgery.
This is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I have to push through the pain. I have to go home to my kids.
But soon enough, she is released from the hospital. But now, she's scared of going back to her old ways.
Right now, I don't have the cravings, but I know they will come back. And when they do, I'm scared I'm going to give in. I know I have to stay strong and stay focused, and I am ready to do that.
She's still happy to be back with her family and ready to get better for them.
It means the world to me that they came out to greet me. I'm ready to get my life back together.
She's also having an easy time sticking to her new diet after the surgery, and she already sees and feels a major difference.
So I'm supposed to stay on this high-protein, low-carb diet, and so far it's not that bad. This diet and my new lifestyle will hopefully make an impact on my children's lives. I would hate for them to make the same mistakes I did. It's been tough to stick to the diet, but I have, and I know it's making a difference.
this is the first time that she's gone out there and watched Darren swim.
This is such a wonderful feeling. All I want is to be a part of my baby's lives.
It's the 4th month and Tara is headed to the doctor again, but she's nervous about what the scales will show.
I've been moving around a little more. Maybe not as much as the doctor would like, but hopefully I've lost some weight.
I'm annoyed. The numbers aren't what I wanted it to be.
But because the doctor really wants her to be better, he gives her 2 more weeks to hit her goal, and that upsets Tara to no end.
I'm sticking to my diet. I'm doing what I'm supposed to. I've lost 5 pounds.
5 pounds in 1 month?
Yeah.
With this type of operation, we should do 20 to 30 pounds in a month. Tara is overeating and she's not being truthful about it. I want to see how you're doing in 2 weeks.
Okay.
I'm hoping that she will lose 10 pounds next time I see her.
But aggravating. Like I'm going crazy. Like I'm not trying. I'm trying.
But this is exactly the push Tara needs to really take things up a notch and prove to Dr. Now that she wants to change.
I've decided I'm ready to make a change. I want to do well, and I want to make the progress I need to. I'm nervous to work out. I'm not used to physical activity.
Last one. Ready. All right, there's light.
Her trainer can see that Tara is struggling with physical activity, but the only option she has is to push through it with a positive attitude.
Somebody her size is new to exercise, has a lot to overcome. Tara, what is your attitude towards food? Since surgery, what's been your experience with that?
Food is the enemy.
I would love to help you to make it about fueling your body. You have to make the decision that this surgery, which is a big deal, changed your life enough that you matter. It's hard when you haven't put yourself first. And you're right, our kids have to come first. When you are your healthiest, you will take better care of them.
But after talking to her trainer, Tara understands how important it is for her to take care of herself. A few days later, she faces her biggest fear, being out in public.
Today we're going shopping for the kids. My trainer told me to walk more and stay active, but I still need to use my scooter. My knees have been bothering me. I can hardly walk. I work out at the gym, and I'm always walking around the house. I'm not used to moving around so much.
But despite all her progress, Tara holds herself back from things because she's too scared. Every now and then, she even finds herself slipping.
Changing something like my eating habits is never going to be easy. I may cheat a little bit here and there. It's not just about what my stomach says anything. It's about what my head says anything. Today I'm at the doctor's office. I hope I've lost the weight my doctor wanted.
Dr. Now is infuriated at Tara and her mother's behavior, and he needs her to know that if she doesn't make an effort now, she's out of the program. And that sets Tara off.
You haven't lost any weight.
I don't know what's going on.
You're still eating too many calories for your metabolism. That's why you're not losing weight.
You can preach and preach and preach. I don't eat nothing I'm not supposed to.
Well,
The things I used to eat, I don't eat anymore.
Tara, we need to get you back on track.
Do you understand what he told me? Yes, I understand.
Why is she crying?
For 2 weeks to make everybody fucking out. I'm telling you.
Look, how is she stupid?
We're go home now.
A few days after the explosive argument, Tara sees the error of her ways and heads back to her trainer to restart her fitness routine.
I gotta stop lying to myself.
Surgery where she's eating on the
But if the stomach out, how she can?
For weeks on end.
But you can't it because otherwise you will die.
Like this is our first session. This is not going to be a cakewalk. You're not going to be comfortable at every moment. I can handle true terror. You have to be willing to show it.
If you
And
know
this time
stomach
around,
out,
you can see that there's been a change in her mindset.
It's time for me to stop making excuses and start changing for real. I will do whatever it takes, no matter how difficult, to keep moving forward and to make progress.
Keep the frustrations out. That's good. I'm impressed with Tara. She showed up today. She did the work. I have faith in her. She's going to have to commit to making a change and sticking to it if this is going to work.
During the 8th month of her journey, Tara has lost a total of 135 pounds, and the change in her life is evident. It's like she's a completely different person.
Last time I went shopping, I had to use the cart because I couldn't walk. But this time, I don't need the scooter. It's time for me to stop making up excuses. I need to change if I want to do that. Missing out on the food that I can't have doesn't make me sad.
but you know, when we was baby, it was have two kind of step
It feels good to
and
be able to
regular
go to the
food. Now
store.
that much
For the
they
first
have
time in
you
a long while,
in very hard
I know I can do this.
You understand the shop? Even now
In the
they
10th month, Tara heads back to see Dr. Now, and she's hopeful about her progress this time, for good reason.
Buy, but I
I
didn't
know I've
buy,
made
but
progress.
difficult.
These past couple of months, I've really pushed myself to the limit.
And the doctor is extremely happy about how hard she's been working to get better.
You lost a lot of weight. I'm proud of you sticking to the program. I was worried about her last visit, but she's turning the corner now. We go ahead and do some surgery. That may increase your activity, so you're going to be able to lose your weight.
You serious? Like for real?
Yeah.
I would kiss you, but your wife might get mad.
Now she has her skin removal surgery to look forward to. But of course, she's extremely
But why
nervous
they do
about
now
it.
still she will do
It's a big surgery, but it's going to be better for you, and especially for your kids.
But darling, no point now they do because she will more.
Thankfully, the intense procedure is a success, and Tara now has a bunch of extra pounds off of her body.
She's going to have a little bit of post-op pain, but it still is going to be a great improvement for her mobility.
Well, you could be a
Very
whole new
simple.
person.
you know, when they take from the top of the skin, yeah, they feel that much hard and you can't look after yourself and it takes so much time that you suffer and you will be able to do it. The skin is very difficult.
But we live in bad, so it's better to suffer but not die.
Yeah, but that much suffer like you can't look after.
With Hotels.com, members save up
They say if I up to them, they never do any more skin removal. To take out the stomach, there's nothing, but the rest.
It's now month 11, and Tara's weight loss stands at 265 pounds, and she's continuing to push herself harder as she recovers from surgery.
It's hard for me to go out while I recover from surgery. Like Leslie's willing to come here.
I've come so
I'm
far.
too much now.
No, this is not.
And I still have a long way to go.
I'm never going to give up.
In the final month of her journey, Tara has come a long way.
The doctor scale used to scale the heck out of me. But today, I can't wait to get on it. Thank you very much. You turned
More
my
than
life around.
150 kilos.
How
How is she easy walking, darling?
A year ago, I was at the lowest point.
If I lose 3
I'll
kilos, I
never
will be
forget.
walking.
You got 600-pound person.
Her life has completely turned around, and Tara has no plans of ever going back to her old unhealthy eating habits.
Not long ago, I was beating it to the kitchen, making nothing but starch and calories. Nowadays, the food is different, and I'm not waiting in bed to eat it. I'm not used to moving around so much. I've never helped my son get ready for school. It feels like a new life.
How you
To be able to be with my children a whole lot more. Participate, to be with
now
them.
she will not die.
Can you please bring your sister, put her in the bed and get the walker for me?
I feel like Anaya is taking too much on as a child. But with Amaya, I need the help. So I have to rely on her a lot. I'm just not physically capable of doing things that I need to do for myself and for my children. I'm almost at a place of immobility now because I can't stand for long and I have to use a walker to get around.
Ashley Bernard is a 31-year-old woman from Louisiana who weighs 637 pounds at the beginning of her weight loss journey, and she relies on her daughter to help her with just about everything.
So this is not the life I wanted or envisioned for myself or my kids at all. And I want to change. But as long as I crave food and eat it like I do, it's going to keep getting worse because when the cravings kick in, there's nothing going to stop me from eating at that point. My mom and dad have to work and my daughter goes to school. So during the day, I have to cook for myself.
Rice, okay.
Yeah.
If you eat
So
that
to
much
keep
pasta,
all
okay.
these
If you eat
dishes
that
and
much
pans where I
potato,
can
okay.
get to her. Like in the oven or somewhere alone. Because I have to sit and cook and can't reach the power.
Because of her weight, Ashley has a hard time moving around and being there for her children when they need her.
But food is what brings me happiness in my day every day. It's hard to really describe all it does for me, but when I eat, I get taken to a better place for a little while. I can't go where I want, I can't do what I want, but if I eat this, I'll be where I want. Because anywhere with good food is a good place. So it makes my life better, and it gives me the happiness that I feel that I'm missing out on. And it has never failed me in doing that because food has brought me so much comfort throughout the years.
But the one thing that brings her joy and comfort is food, and she's willing to give up everything for it.
My childhood was really rocky from early on. I have 3 older sisters and 3 older brothers, and a brother that passed away. So there were 5 of us at home, but growing up, everybody was kind of focusing on their own things. But I felt like there was nothing I could do about it or anyone I could tell. So I didn't. But I thought maybe if I got bigger and stronger, I could start to fight them off. So what I did was I ate to get bigger.
But all of this hasn't happened overnight. Ashley's unhealthy dependence on food goes back to her unstable childhood.
I just kept eating to try to get even bigger. And that just led me to 250 when I was 7 years old. But with my mom knowing, it was a big relief because she made sure it stopped. But I kept eating to get bigger. And by the time I was 10, I was already over 300 pounds.
After going through all the trauma she experienced in life, Ashley started turning to food again and again.
One day, my kneecap came out and a ligament tore. And when it happened, I had to have an emergency surgery. They put a metal plate and 5 screws in my leg. A year later, when I was 14, I had to have surgery on my other knee. So I was miserable. And it got to a point I just wanted it to all be over. Because I just didn't want to be like that.
She never come like this.
But by the time Ashley was able to deal with her emotions, she had already started using food as a crutch, and it was too late for her to give it up.
I was with my friend, and my brother friend was there too. And my friend, she left. And then I was there alone with him, and that's when it happened. He me. It was by a friend. I wasn't expecting that. And like once he did that, I just kind of felt like I was stupid. Like I felt like it was my fault and I started eating more. That was my only defense I could try. But my size never gave me control or protected me.
But darling,
Because when I
small
got
place.
to over 500
And how much
pounds
don't
when I
have
was
to eat to
16,
become like this?
I was
Yeah.
again
Even now I was thin.
And just
Only
when she
now
thought she
I
could
buy
start moving
vegetable
on,
oil,
Ashley
yeah.
found herself in a
How much
horrible
don't you
situation
have to
once
eat?
again.
One night while I was
If I
out, I
come
met
this
someone and we
9
started
years,
seeing each other.
maybe
And I
this
moved
high
into his
school.
place. But then when I got pregnant, I
How
told
much
him.
woman eat?
And he made it apparent to me that he
How
didn't
much?
want a thing to do with the baby or
Tone
me.
and tone.
And I
So
was
she is
angry
triple.
about being pregnant because I felt like I hadn't lived. And after I had my oldest, Anaya, I left her with my mom to take care of because I couldn't handle that then. I was 20 and I started eating more
Anything we
hard,
buy, end
drinking
of the
more
day,
harder.
This one.
80%.
This one.
It's safe to say that Ashley's life has been anything but easy, and you can't blame her for turning to food for comfort when she
She
couldn't
not
rely
even
on
take it
anyone
down.
else.
She put
At
it in
25,
She not
I
take it
started to get my
down.
life together.
And then she
And I
doesn't
started taking care of my
chew it.
eyes, so
No,
I
no,
wouldn't
no.
have to do it no more. But I can't do much because of my size. I'm disabled, and I'm, just getting more and more stressed. And I always go back to food because of that. So any weight loss I had didn't last. And that cycle carried on for the next 5 or 6 years. Until it got to the point where I couldn't do it on my own anymore.
No,
So I
no,
had to
no.
move in with my mom at 31. And that was embarrassing and hard for me, but I had
She
no choice.
pancake, she eat too
So
much
I
egg,
decided to get weight
cheese.
loss surgery, and I was trying to find someone to help me with that. But I started seeing someone I had known
Look,
for a
she doesn't
while,
have
and it
anything
was
in
good
her
with
life.
us. And that's when I
Nothing.
got pregnant with a
Look,
mom.
darling.
And then things got even worse for me because the minute I get pregnant, that person leaves.
When Ashley started losing her mobility, she realized that she didn't want to live like this. But at that point, it was too late.
No one should have to live with all the pain that I live with. It's constant, and it never goes away. It makes me want to sit all day and not move.
How
I feel
she
like
can
I'm
pregnant
missing
that
out
much fat?
because
She
I
don't have
definitely want to be
preeclampsia?
able to move around a lot better.
With my,
And
yeah,
do
but
things
with my
family
70
and
kilo, I
kids,
have
you know?
preeclampsia.
But with
What about
Amaya, I'm
her?
not able to pick up her
I was not that
and
much
walk
fat.
with her with my knees
She
and
didn't
my
get.
back giving me as much
De nem
trouble
voltam,
as
most én
it
kaptam
does.
preeclampsiát
But now
70 kilóval,
Ashley
ő nem
knows that she
kapott.
needs to do better for her children. The problem is that she doesn't know where to start.
For 300 kilos, she not get preeclampsia.
Just give me a minute,
So why I
please.
get it?
All right, Amaya. All right, go.
Ő nem kapott, nem lát?
No, you gotta pull me
Mert she
over.
was not have high blood pressure.
Ready? Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
How she make the child?
Oh,
Honnan jött a gyerek?
I'm very
Neki nem volt
desperate
magas
for a
vérnyomása?
change.
Hát nem
My
voltam
children
azért
need it.
ekkora.
My family need it. So I'm not living this life where I'm trapped. I definitely feel trapped. I definitely feel like a prisoner in my own body.
Her addiction to food runs so deep that she just can't imagine a life without it, no matter how hard it is on her children.
Oh, thank you.
Nice food.
Food is still my safe place.
Thank you.
And what I feel protects me from the pain
And this
of
kind
so
of
many
people that
things
much
in my
nice say
life.
thank you.
Yeah.
And I don't know how
Because
to
they
get that up.
can't,
And
they
I
can't
feel
make it
that if I
themselves.
don't do something drastic to change as soon as possible,
Again, like,
it's gonna be too late for me soon, and I won't make it.
And as soon as there's a plate full of her favorite food in front of her, Ashley forgets all about her worries, and the only thing she is focused on is eating.
Today I'm gonna try to get help for my weight by going to Houston and seeing Dr. Now.
you can go to
His
hell.
clinic is a few hours away, so I'm nervous about making that trip. My mom and my sister can't take me since they have to work. So one of my friends, Faith, that I've known since I was young, is coming to get me and drive me there. And my daughter and I is gonna come to help support me emotionally with how nervous I am.
In the first month of her weight loss journey, Ashley is making her way to Houston to see Dr. Now.
Everything else has failed, so Dr. Now is my last hope. Whatever help I can get,
The car
I
will go
definitely
down.
need it, and I definitely know I need Dr. Now. And then my life and everything I want in it depends on me getting to him and getting his help.
Animal like a teddy,
I'm
like a
already
bear.
struggling, so I know this isn't good. But I have to do this. I can't stop no matter how
But
hard it
if
is
she
for
wants
me.
to, she can lose weight.
While she knows the trip is not going to be easy for her because of her weight, Ashley understands that she needs to push through for the sake of her children.
I'm in excruciating pain. My back is hurting and my feet are
She
hurting
lives
really
near,
bad. And we only stopped a few times for food and a bathroom. So I've been crushed up in this car for a while now. And I'm in so much pain from this. My body hasn't felt bad like this for a while. Because it's been a long time since I put it through this much trauma.
By the time she gets to Houston, her body is in a lot of pain and she's nervous about what the doctor will have to say.
It's been a while since I knew my weight, and I'm just hoping that it's not too much higher than it was before. And that I'm at least around 600. That's a bit higher than expected. So I know I'm getting even more out of control.
When she steps on those scales, Ashley is shocked to see how bad things have gotten.
So I assume you want to lose some weight, huh?
Yes.
So you're 637 pounds, huh?
Yes.
I tell you how much, 637.
The doctor now will be able to help her.
Dealing with an issue that you need to understand, okay? Because you have an eating disorder where you don't want to stop overeating and you make excuses why you aren't able to do that. But the first place you're going to start is with a diet that will help you lose some weight. So I'm going to give you some stuff that I want you to read every night, okay? So this diet is going to limit you to only 500 calories a day. And if you stick to that, then you will lose 80 pounds a month. But, so with this diet, you won't have any more excuses that you don't know what to eat or how to eat healthy. You got it?
Yeah.
But Dr. Now makes it very clear that Ashley needs to start taking responsibility and making better choices for herself.
It's clear that Ashley has a history of making excuses to justify her overeating, not just to others, but to herself, because she seems to have convinced herself that overeating is an acceptable coping mechanism. Someone has to be helping feed her and bringing her what she wants to eat. So that is an element that we need to address in the long term as well, if she's going to have any chance at being successful.
He tells Ashley that she has to follow a strict diet and exercise plan, but in all honesty, Dr. Now is not sure whether Ashley will be able to commit to the program.
Some of the things Dr. Now said was harsh, but I understand what he's saying. And I want to lose the weight and change things like he said. And if this diet and exercising is the pathway to surgery so I can do that, then I'm going to take this all to heart and do my hardest to progress like he wants.
But he hopes that she finds the motivation to lose weight and get better. And as she walks out of the clinic, it looks like Ashley is really serious about this.
It's been 1 month since I went to Houston and had my appointment with Dr. Now. And since then, I've been working on as many changes with my diet as I can do. But it hasn't been easy. The most challenging thing about sticking to Dr. Now diet is my family is still my family. They're still going to eat the way they eat. So my big temptation is dinner.
In the second month, Ashley has been trying to make a lot of changes to her lifestyle and eating habits, but of course she's been struggling a lot.
So I just keep my distance and I wait for my healthy options to come and I eat that.
You want to check on the kids?
Okay. So the hope is I make it to all my goals for Dr. Now because it's very important for me to get this surgery because I feel like it's bigger than food. I feel like this is my life. This is my children's future. And it's only going to happen if I do this like I should.
Her family is making it a little hard for her to keep going, but Ashley is dedicated to following the doctor's orders, no matter what. She only hopes that all her hard work will pay off the next time she meets Dr. Now.
I'm back in Houston with my sister Tiffany for my next Dr. Now appointment. I'm still really sore and in pain from being back crushed in the car for 4 hours again. But it feels like I can handle a little bit this time around. And I didn't eat the fast food the whole time like I wanted.
It's the third month, and Ashley is headed over to see Dr. Now and check on her progress. She's extremely nervous.
At my last appointment, I was up to 637.
Now look, she can stand up.
And the goal I had to lose was 80 pounds over 2 months. So that means I have to have gone down to 557 pounds to be where I need.
She desperately hopes that she has met the goal Dr. Now set for her.
She did it last.
I know it's more
She didn't lose nothing.
than I lost. That's a bit surprising to me.
2 kilos.
Because I know what I did and how hard I pushed myself to make the progress I needed. I know there were days where I didn't do as well.
She didn't lose straight
But that's just because the stress of my life and needing something to get by.
Yeah?
But when she realized it, barely lost any weight, and that's not what she was expecting to see.
Alright, Ashley, so what's going on in Louisiana?
Nothing. She
Nothing much.
Yeah, I see that, because in 2 months, you barely lost any weight, huh?
Nothing.
So what is with that?
I mean, honestly, I can honestly say that I have been trying to follow the diet. There's a few times that I've messed up.
Okay. At your weight, to maintain the weight you want, you need to be eating at least 6,000 to 7,000 calories a day. So you are eating 3 times as much as you should.
And of course, Dr. Now is disappointed in how lightly Ashley is taking all of this.
I can't really necessarily move exactly how I want to move. I'm in a lot of physical pain, and I feel like I would do a lot better if I had like some form of like a physical therapy, so that way I could move around more.
Are you implying that your weight loss is going to be better with moving around? If that's what you're saying, let me give you bad news. Bad news is your weight loss has to do with your eating, not activity.
Okay.
Okay? So don't confuse yourself.
Okay.
He is shocked at the excuses Ashley keeps giving him. He needs her to understand that this is not how she's going to get the weight loss surgery.
What do you want to do?
I mean, I don't know.
Well, you need to figure that out.
No, the diet, yeah, I can do that a lot more seriously. It's not that, like I said, I was doing keto, and it was altered from what y'all had originally put.
Okay, you seem like you're not catching up in anything we're telling you. What we gave you, those papers that you're supposed to read every night that you didn't read, and tell you how the healthy eating habit should be. Okay? And eating healthy is a lifestyle change that is going to last the rest of your life. The 1,200 calorie limit will change.
I was told it was in my head. I'm vomiting, I'm fainting. Anxiety medication. I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, so there was something seriously wrong with me.
Did somebody say 8 pound up? 8 big deal of dieting in with an amazing 8 pound up.
Dr. Now gives Ashley a major reality check to let her know that her unhealthy eating habits are going to kill her if she doesn't start making an effort soon.
So I'm giving you the same call as the last time. If you want to show me you're getting this and that you're going to make the choices you make. And in 2 months, I want you to lose 80 pounds. You think you can do that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm disappointed to see how little progress Ashley made and how she is continuing to make excuses to justify her overeating that don't line up with reality.
He gives Ashley the same goal to reach in the next 2 months. She claims that she will be able to reach it this time around.
I feel a little discouraged right now because I know how hard I pushed to get good progress these past 2 months. But giving up is not a word in my vocabulary. So I'll go back and try to push myself so I can come back and show Dr. Now the proof of how I'm working myself to be where I need with his goal.
And the truth is, if Ashley doesn't lose weight this time, the doctor will not be able to do anything for her.
Since my last appointment with Dr. Now, I came back home and I've been pushing myself even harder this time. I feel a lot more confident now than when I left my appointment about how I'm doing. I was really discouraged then because of how little my weight dropped. But this time I know I'm getting a lot more down the road like I need because I'm feeling really good about my progress at this point because I'm doing a lot stricter this time with my diet.
After getting back home, Ashley is trying harder to stick to the doctor's plan, and she believes that she is making a lot of progress.
So my sister Tiffany has been taking me to a gym this past month, and I'm making large improvements in my stamina to where I'm able to get around without my walker more. I still need it because of my knee and back pain. But I can at least go for a distance without it. So that's a huge improvement in my abilities that I'm proud of.
Not only is she eating healthy, but she's also making the time to get in a lot of physical activity.
The treadmill has been good because I can rest on the bar to keep my balance and take the pressure off my knees, which is my main obstacle using my legs. So that's been a help to where I can go for longer now. So I know this is helping me a lot. I can really feel my progress I'm making this time, much more than last time.
And while she's not all the way there, Ashley is showing a lot of commitment to getting better this time around with all her gym sessions.
I'm back in Houston with my sister to be at my next appointment for Dr. Now. And I'm feeling positive about my results and my chances of seeing the goal I need today. And getting my weight loss surgery approved to move ahead. But I know I'm not going to know that for certain until before the scale I see how low the number is. But I can feel a lot of progress in my body and in my ability because of what I'm able to do now. Especially because my stamina has been up so much because of my exercise.
And when she heads over to Houston in the 5th month, she hopes that she gets approved for the surgery.
So I have a lot of confidence that all the hard work that I put in these past 2 months is going to show in the number I'm about to do. And that this will be a proud moment for me that will hopefully lead to finally getting weight loss surgery and the help I need to change my life.
And then comes the moment of truth.
She lost.
Yeah.
It's not below the goal number, but it's a good drop. So I'm proud of that. Because that progress is something I earned. And I feel as though it's big enough to show Dr. Now how much more I'm pushing now to get to where I need.
And while Ashley hasn't hit the exact goal she was supposed to, she has definitely made more progress than before.
Wanted to consider the next steps, then do the diet and lose at least 80 pounds over 2 months. But if you don't, then there's not much we can do for you because you got so many issues that need to be resolved that you think are good excuses to keep killing yourself with food. You got that?
But I'm trying. I really am.
I think you think you are, but what you think is not reality because the scale doesn't lie. So what you're showing me is that you're not taking this seriously. And what you keep saying to me is you can't do it because of all the problems you have in your life.
Dr. Now is happy with Ashley's weight loss, but he makes it very clear that she's still not serious enough about her health with all the excuses she keeps giving him.
I'm happy to see that Ashley lost more weight than she did last time. But she's still eating over 2 times what she should. So her progress is still a good way from being where it needs to be to show me she's ready to do what it takes to succeed with weight loss surgery. So right now, there is no reason to move ahead with her. But hopefully she decides she wants to start taking responsibility for her choices and her life and continues to lose more weight by her next appointment.
While Ashley tries to put up a fight with Dr. Now, he has no problem shutting her down with straight facts.
I don't feel Dr. Now is being nefarious with me because my progress may not be where he wanted it, but it still shows my determination. And it's a big improvement from the last time. And with what it took for me to do what I did this time, I'm not sure how to do even more now. But my whole life is still dependent on this, and I don't want to quit.
And the worst part is that Ashley thinks the doctor was unfair to her instead of appreciating her effort.
After my last appointment,
because
I made a really hard decision.
She say, okay,
that I feel is a necessity for me right now.
It was not fair.
And that is to move out of his house and be away for a while. And I'm leaving today to do that. But this decision is breaking me some inside. Because with this, I have to leave my babies. And the only times that I'm not doing a diet is when I face temptations that my family brings into the house.
In the 6th month, she has to put herself first and make a few hard decisions.
You have everything picked?
Spin your passion into a business with Shopify and break sales records with the world's best converting checkout. Your customers can check out everywhere. Anywhere you spin it, you can be a smash hit with Shopify.
On Vinted, everything is new again, so sell with ease and earn again.
Yes, stayed up all night. I'm exhausted.
I'm so stressed. I'm trying to catch my head. I'm just stressed with the vehicle. I'm stressed with the financial stability, and I'm stressed leaving my kids. You know,
it's gonna be alright.
she has decided to move out of her house and go to Houston to ensure that she stays on track with her weight loss.
I just hope once I get to Houston, the business transition,
She shouldn't
I'm
be
able to do all the things I need to
Why
get
she
to
have to
go
go?
for Dr.
You know
Now.
what is for her nothing.
Because if I'm not able to achieve weight loss surgery, this will all have been for nothing.
And as hard as it is on Ashley and her daughters, she knows that she has to do this for them.
Thankfully, once we got on the road, there were no big issues for us.
She leave her children
But
with
it's
the
been
mother.
around 5 hours of driving,
And this small
and I can
children.
use the rest. So hopefully the trends of
No,
not
she
having
shouldn't be.
issues continues for us at the place we're gonna be living. And then we can get all our stuff moved in, so I can focus on recovering.
She only hopes that the move will help her hit the goal Dr. Now has set for her.
Me and my sister are on our way to my next Dr. Now appointment to see where I'm at with my progress now. This has been a very stressful month being moved down here to Houston. And with that, I feel like my stamina has been regressed because I'm having to use my walker like I was before. But even with how hard this has been, I stayed very strict and pushed hard on my diet to lose an even bigger amount of weight this time.
At this point, the only thing Ashley can think about is losing weight and getting that surgery.
I'm very pleased with that number.
Not too much.
I do have some
She
worry.
didn't
The
lose
doctor
too
now
much.
will see it as falling short for my weight loss. But I'm very proud of how I improved, even more than I lost last time. And this vindicates my perspectives to me, that all my choices are moving me in the right direction.
And once she steps on those scales, she's pretty happy with her progress, even if it's not exactly what the doctor wanted.
Well, like I mentioned to you, we moved to Houston, so we came, we settled in our apartment, and we've just been settling here for the past month.
So who is with you in Houston?
It's my sister, Tiffany. We both moved here.
And who else?
And her boyfriend, but I think he's gonna go back, so it's probably just gonna be me and her. I came here, I made it, and I'm doing everything I can to do.
I hope they get one.
Just trying to do everything I can to do all the steps to get the surgery, and then hopefully maybe go back.
Well, your responsibility is to yourself and your kids. They need their mom around later, but they need their mom now too. So maybe at some point you can bring him down here to be with you if you're living here now.
I'll try.
Okay. Well, the good news is that you made more progress this time. You lost 67 pounds, which is not as much as your 80-pound goal, but it's better than the 44 pounds you lost last time. So that's positive progress that I'm happy to see from you.
And Dr. Now can see that Ashley is a lot more dedicated to getting better than she ever was before.
You lost a total of 100 pounds, and you've made some good changes in your eating habit, and it's showing that you are losing weight, and you're moving in the right direction. So I will approve you for weight loss surgery.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yes, but here's the condition, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to schedule your surgery for 2 months from now, and what I want you to do is continue to lose at least 20 pounds a month. So by the time of your operation, you should have lost another 40 pounds.
The doctor chooses to approve Ashley for weight loss surgery, but gives her 2 months to lose more weight.
Would you be able to check out some of the things with my stomach? Sometimes it's cramps. At times it can be gas or upset stomach.
Has it been going on for long?
Yeah, I've been dealing with stomach issues for a while.
Okay, and so we need to determine what's behind that. So we need to do the endoscopy, see what's going on with your stomach pain.
And while Ashley is pretty happy about what the doctor has told her, she tells him about some stomach issues that she has been facing for a while.
And even though she's not quite losing the amount I gave it as a goal, I have seen enough from her to convince me she's working hard to make the changes she needs to be successful in the long run. She's still struggling with making some excuses, and she's also making choices that seem to be making her situation more complicated and stressful for her and her kids. So we will work with her to continue to address those things with her as well.
And the doctor lets her know when they can address it and what Ashley needs to do in the meantime to ensure that she takes care of her health.
Since I got my weight loss surgery approved last month, I stayed motivated to continue on track with my progress, like Dr. Now said I had to do. He gave me a goal of losing a minimum of 20 pounds a month until surgery. But my goal for myself these months is to be doing as good as I have been. So I've been pushing myself just as hard and then harder now.
After her appointment, Ashley continues to push herself.
But I know that as I keep pushing myself and stick with this, that I'll be back to that place soon. I definitely feel like I'm losing weight.
She feels a lot better about herself, even though she knows she has a long way to go.
Hot I ain't trying to be that kind of hot.
Only caliente now.
It's not a hot girl summer. I know the biggest element to my progress from what Dr. Now reminds me is my eating. So I've been holding to my diet just like I was and making healthy meals for me and Tiffany to eat. And I think I'm getting good at getting it tasty. Keeping the calories low still and compliance to the diet.
But despite all the struggle, Ashley keeps moving on with the goal of providing a better life to her children. And she believes that if she keeps going like this, she will be able to start leading a normal life very soon.
Right now, me and my sister are headed back to Dr. Now's clinic because his office called me and asked me to come back in. So that's what I'm doing. But I'm extremely nervous about this because I don't know the reason why they need this from me. My weight loss surgery is supposed to be next week. So my speculation is that they maybe found something that's an issue to keep me from moving ahead with my surgery.
She can put
And I'm very scared of that because if that happens, and it's gonna devastate me because if I'm not able to do this, then I'm gonna lose all I work for.
In the 9th month, Ashley is heading over to Dr. Now's clinic because she has been called in. She has no idea what's going on.
Last number I got from the scale was 520 2 months ago. And the goal I needed from Dr. Now was to lose another 40 pounds by next week, since that's when my surgery is supposed to be.
She is praying that she can still receive the surgery because that's what she has been working towards.
G'day there, new Aussie Super Serum. For 100 hours of moisturized hair and a wave of endless moisture that goes on and on and on. Just let it melt away. So you do the life thing and let Aussie do the hair thing. We call it the Aussie philosophy. Aussie Super Serum. Have you tried it yet?
He said, Marika, you have to put zip on the mouth, but you can't do it. You put, not the zip, the tape. Put the tape and then you're okay. Yeah, but you can't do it. You can't put the tape in your mouth. It's true. But you know why we think sometimes so boring. Yes? You know when you
I wish I felt more like celebrating that number.
You know when you have to eat.
And normally this would be a very memorable moment for me to do
when you
that.
feel hungry.
With being in the 400s. But I'm fearing what Dr. Now might tell me. And if it'll mean I can't move ahead with the surgery, because my progress will all be pointless if I'm not able to at least get weight loss surgery to keep it off.
Even now, Ashley has lost a considerable amount of weight, which shows that she's very well on track to get the surgery she has wanted for so long.
And the issue with that, you seem like to have some digestive problem with irritable bowel syndrome, with this abdominal pain that you have. My concern is that if we do weight loss surgery, that issue may become more exaggerated and give us more trouble with that. So I think we need to treat that condition that you have in your GI tract before we do weight loss surgery.
Sadly, when the doctor walks in, he has some bad news to offer Ashley, but thankfully, he has a way to work around it.
I'm glad to see that Ashley has continued to make more progress with her weight loss and is down to the 400s now. And if it weren't for the medical issues she had, we would be moving ahead with her weight loss surgery. It wouldn't create any life-threatening scenario for her, but it could exaggerate and worsen the pain she has from it to a very severe point that could become unbearable for her.
Ashley is disappointed that she can't get the surgery right away. The uncertainty is getting to her.
Since seeing Dr. Now from my unexpected appointment, where I got the bad news, my surgery was needing to be delayed. But I feel like I gave this my all and everything that was in me to do.
And the pasta.
Even sacrificing being with my kids to achieve something that I did. Then it felt like it was taken from me.
After meeting the doctor, Ashley is losing motivation to keep losing weight, and she finds herself slipping back into her old eating habits.
Mama, you still got it too high. Hi, Maya. Wow. Hi, Tua. I miss you. Oh, mwah. Hi. You smile so pretty. This is so hard for me right now because every day I'm doing this is another moment I'm not with my kids.
That, combined with the emotional burden of being away from her kids, has been too much for Ashley. She hopes that the doctor will come through and that she can get the surgery and go back to her daughters as soon as possible.
I'm going back to Dr. Now with my sister again. And the hope is that there has been progress with my medical issues to where I can move ahead with my surgery. But my honest worry is that I'm just getting more bad news today because I'm still having some stomach pains. So I'm taking that to conclude the IBS is still an issue.
In the 11th month, Ashley is going to see Dr. Now, and she's nervous about how her IBS has been progressing.
But I know my progress isn't going to be as great as it has been each time because of the slip-ups I had with my struggling. So my guess is my progress will be more around 5 to 10 pounds of loss today, which would be a slowdown for me, but it still be progress.
Overall, she knows that this visit is not going to be all that happy.
She put back.
I'm in some shock at that.
She eat the bread and pasta.
I know I had a lot of struggles this past month. But to see such a rise in my number is a surprise I wasn't expecting.
I tell you she put back.
And sadly, Ashley has gained weight instead of losing it this time around.
So we can move ahead with your weight loss surgery as soon as we resolve your medical issues. But with the weight gain of 34 pounds in a month, it looks like you're going off the rail. So you want to tell me what's going on?
1 month she put back 15 kilos.
Stressed and worried about my surgery and if I'm going to get it.
So stress is an excuse again for you, huh?
It's just hard.
Okay, well, your ultrasound and tests show that we are making some progress to successfully treat your IBS. But now the issue is we have to resolve that on top of getting you back on track with your weight loss and proving to me you're sticking with that like you need again.
Not to mention that all the stress about her medical issues is too overwhelming for her. But Dr. Now needs her to understand how important it is for Ashley to keep the momentum going.
But even if we do that, if Ashley doesn't get back on track with her weight loss, surgery will still not be an option for her. So the next few months will determine whether Ashley is going to be able to get back to where she needs to succeed.
He reassures Ashley that as soon as her health issues are resolved, he will take her to surgery. But will that be enough to keep Ashley going?
For the past month, I've been focused on getting back to where I need. And Tiffany has been a big support to me in doing it. She was shook with seeing the gain I had at my appointment too. So she's been an encouragement, helping me to be more positive and focus on getting right again. But it's still a struggle, and I do have a hard time with negativity at moments because all those fears and worries I have aren't just gonna go away.
In the final month of her weight loss journey, Ashley has been working hard to keep losing weight despite her ongoing medical issues.
Hyaluronic serum, a journey into the essence of skin vitality. Beneath the surface,
in our village, yeah, there was one guy, he was working in Saudi Arabia. And he was a contractor like the houses, yeah. To help the people to work.
Skin aging. This is the hyaluronic serum.
But he was very fat, baby. Like super fat. And one night,
that's the big turning point for your business. The question is, are you ready? With Revolut Business, yeah, you are. Fast global payments in over 30 currencies. Simple spend controls and automated expense processes. And up to 3.51% annual interest on your savings, paid daily. Designed for efficiency.
It's been a minute, huh? Oh, she still got something. Oh! Hold on, wait. You got up.
I don't know what tomorrow holds for me. All I know is that I'm not ready to give up. So I'm going to keep finding it within me. To keep pushing hard so I can keep moving forward however much I can.
But she is working hard to keep meeting the doctor's goals, so she's ready for surgery whenever it happens.
I don't remember a time waking up that I didn't hurt. Every single molecule in my body is painful. To be inside of my body, it is pain. It is sadness. Most of the time, I'm like, It would be better if I just don't wake up, because every single day I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, what did you do to yourself?
Brittany Fulford is a 32-year-old who weighs 605 pounds, and she knows that her addiction to food is ruining her life.
It is the most exhausting part of my day. And no matter how much I clean myself, I still feel like I stink. My husband doesn't see me undressed most of the time. I don't walk around naked because I'm afraid that he will be absolutely disgusted if he sees me, and that he will never look at me the same way again.
Brittany hates waking up in the morning because she knows that every waking minute of her day is going to be spent in pain and agony because her body is unable to handle her weight.
So I hide and I do nothing all day. I probably spend a good 6 to 8 hours on my couch every single day. The only time I do get up is to get food. I think about food non-stop, from the moment I wake up till the moment I go to bed. And I know that's not normal, but I can't remember a time when food wasn't the most important thing to me.
But all of her worries fade away when she sees a plate full of her favorite food in front of her. Because for Brittany, eating is the one thing that takes her mind off everything else.
Not many people can pinpoint when their life changed, but I can tell you my life changed when I was 5 years old. I was molested by a family member, and my abuse went on for 6 years. It made me so confused about life. If that's what love is, then just keep it away from me.
How they do with the small baby?
I didn't want love, and I built a wall.
The worst part about all of this is that this is nothing new for Brittany. For as long as she can remember, she has been addicted to food, and she sees no way out of this cycle.
The only thing that I found any type of happiness in was when I could go and eat my food.
When Brittany was in her younger years, I just took it as she was a chubby little girl and didn't think much about it. I didn't care. She just needed to be happy.
At dinner times, I'd eat my food so fast because I just needed it in me. All I wanted was food. I was so alone and scared. I didn't want people to see how vulnerable I was, so I put on my happy smile.
As a child, Brittany wanted nothing more than to find solace after her unstable life at home, and the only thing she could turn to was food.
I just kept eating, and by the time I graduated high school, I weighed 400 pounds. But after I graduated, things got better because I met my husband, Bill. I had never had a serious boyfriend, but he liked big women and thought I was beautiful.
When I first met her, to me, Brittany seemed just happy. Her personality was bubbly, and I wanted to join the bubble, I guess.
So we got married, and it's been me and Bill against everything since then. I needed someone to tell me that I'm okay, and that never happened before in my life.
But her family didn't notice that this was becoming a serious problem until it was too late.
I was 400 pounds when we met, but I just kept eating and getting bigger. And now I rarely go out and do anything because it stresses me out just to have to maneuver this body around the world.
She needs more help than I can give her. And I can't make it better. I can't fix it.
The only time I ever try to go out is to shop for groceries.
Things have gotten to a point where Brittany knows that she can't continue living like this because her weight is affecting everything in her life. And despite knowing all of this, the only thing on Brittany's mind all the time is eating.
Going shopping sucks on so many levels. It hurts. I have to ride the little carts, and I feel like the biggest person in the whole world, and I feel like all eyes are on me.
I want to make Brittany happy any way I can. Chocolate ice cream or
the chocolate?
I am a full-on enabler, and I am very aware I'm an enabler.
Yeah. Okay, are we done?
Actually, you're gonna have to park here for a minute.
Why?
Gotta get the mac and cheese. How many?
3, please.
3. I'll be right back.
She hates leaving her house because of all the stares she gets in public, but to make sure that she is stocked up on her favorite snacks, she is even willing to do that.
When I'm eating food, everything's okay for that one moment. Nothing else matters. I'm not thinking about the past. It's bliss. And so I'm constantly trying to find that moment where I'm okay.
After 5 years, I ain't never going back. So fruity, so thick, I ain't never going back. So from the back, morning and on late nights now. Mango passion, coconut, strawberry, my way. Give me that Friday. So smooth, so thick, so smooth on the pack. After 5 fruits, there's no going back.
The high-tech, high-performance Huawei Watch Fit 4 Pro. Designed to help you find your way to the top, no matter how long it takes.
Somebody tell me when I was
Huawei Watch Fit 4 Pro. Fashion, active.
How do I go?
Brittany alone could eat as much food as a normal family of 4 would order.
I will eat until I feel like I'm gonna throw up, and then that doesn't even stop. And when I'm done, I think I'm the most nastiest, most disgusting person in the world. And then I need to eat more to make me feel happy, and it's just a vicious cycle.
She always wants to eat dinner, and I can't tell her no. Now, Brittany's size is preventing us from doing everything we want to do.
And once she is inside the store, all she can think about is grabbing all the unhealthy, sugary things that she can get her hands on.
The actual physical intercourse we've never had.
As a married man, I do wish there was more intimacy, but that's an impossibility.
All I've ever wanted to be is a housewife and a mommy. And being the size, it's physically impossible.
For having children, I'm short. The way Brittany's body and joints are deteriorating, she is getting to the point where she's pretty much housebound. The next progression is bedbound, where she's unable to take care of herself at all. In the mornings when I get up to go and she's still asleep, I actually find myself stopping to make sure she's still breathing. I live with that fear every day.
They can't do nothing better.
This body that I'm in is because of that little girl screaming inside saying, no one protected you, and so you have to protect yourself. But by protecting myself, I'm killing myself.
Her addiction to food has cut her off from her husband, whose role in Brittany's life has just been reduced to that of a caretaker. The two of them have nothing in common to talk about, and Brittany knows that this can't go on for any longer. But to fix that, she knows that she needs to choose between living a healthy life and her worst addiction.
So we got everything?
Yeah, I think so. I'm beyond desperate. I'm like scraping the bottom of the barrel right now. And I know that if I don't do this, there won't be anything left of me. Anytime I walk out my front door, it feels like the worst day of my life. But I'm willing to put myself out there to get the help that I need.
Finally, Brittany makes the choice to go to Houston to meet Dr. Now, because he is one of the only doctors who can help her get weight loss surgery.
This journey is the biggest risk we've ever taken. And I'm afraid this is the last option. There's no other options for her.
I am stepping way outside of my comfort bubble because I need help. It's been years since I've been out like this. And I'm scared.
A lot is riding on this trip to Dr. Now's office for Brittany, and she needs to make some pretty serious changes now that she has decided to get better, but she's willing to go the extra mile.
I really hope that he says I can be a candidate for weight loss surgery. I want this more than I've ever wanted anything in my life. So I'm nervous to find out what my weight is because I have not been weighed in a long time.
After a long and tiring journey, she heads over to the clinic to weigh herself for the first time in years, and Brittany is shocked to see how bad things have gotten for her.
I didn't realize I had let myself go that bad. I'm just so disappointed in myself.
Hello. I'm Dr. Mazzardi.
Nice to meet you.
And you're Brittany, huh?
Yep, Brittany.
So you're over 600 pounds. What do you think got you to this weight?
Emotional eating in general. Stress, depression, anxiety.
This type of behavior is usually a result of emotional trauma. When enabler is involved, it is one of the most difficult dynamics to break. So you're overweight and he's overweight.
Yeah.
It's going to be very hard to change it unless we change the whole dynamic of the household.
After seeing her weight on the scales, she is extremely disappointed in herself and has no idea whether Dr. Now will even be able to help her.
You get short of breath with the activity?
Yeah, just from walking from the waiting room to the scale, even I was like...
Puffing and puffing. You're eating yourself to death and you're helping her to do it. This is going to be very difficult for them both. But I have to see if Brittany has the ability to get control of her compulsive eating habit. At this point, you're not going to be a candidate for any kind of surgery. But you can get to that point by losing some weight and changing your eating habit. If you change your habit, you should be able to lose 40 pounds in 1 month.
Okay.
This is going to be something that you both going to have to work on.
I can do that.
The time to do this is now.
Okay.
Dr. Now agrees that Brittany is in a precarious situation, and he thinks that her husband is equally responsible for Brittany's unhealthy eating patterns, and they need to work together to get better and start living a sustainable lifestyle. Of course, hearing all of this is not easy for Brittany, but she knows that she has to do this if she wants to keep living, and so she sets home, determined to follow Dr. Now's advice.
Since my visit with Dr. Now, I've been really strict on my diet, literally writing every